Listen to me very carefully. Before you sprint down to the comment section to type out a 500-word paragraph defending your favorite fighter, relax, sit down, and listen to the actual fight mechanics. The MMA community has been collectively lying to itself about prime Tony Ferguson. People talk about El Kukui during his 12-fight win streak like he was this flawless, mythical king of the lightweight division who could even walk through Khabib and rule forever. It's all an illusion. The hard truth, Tony Ferguson was one of the most overrated fighters in the UFC, even at his absolute peak. Now I know some of you are already targeted, but do me a favor. Watch this breakdown till the end. Don't skip a single second or a minute, because by the time we hit the mark, I'm gonna explain every single thing, and it's gonna make perfect, undeniable sense. Once you see the structural holes in his game, you can't unsee it. Let's break it down. Now, the biggest argument everyone uses to defend Tony's prime is his durability. Oh, Tony had a granite chin. He could take a nuclear blast and keep walking forward. Yes, he did have a granite chin, no doubt. But casual fans confuse being tough with having elite striking defense. Tony didn't just dodge punches, he absorbed them with his jawline. And here is the tactical flaw that everybody completely misses. Tony's chin only survived because he was taking isolated shots. Now think about his fights. He'd take one hard jab, boom, his brain resets. He'd take one heavy cross, boom, he absorbs it. It was like turn-based combat. He takes one, he gives one. But functionally, the man had absolutely zero head movement. His hands were constantly floating around his chest, leaving his center line completely open. If you fight like that against someone who just throws a single shot just to lock his target, measures the distance, and immediately follows it up with a disciplined 3 or 4 punch combination, on the same line, you go lights out. Period. The only reason Tony didn't get flatlined in his career is because he didn't fight a disciplined combination sniper during that entire 12-fight run. He fought guys who threw single, desperate power shots. The exact second he ran into Justin Gaethje, a guy who actually sits on his punches and throws devastating, structured combinations, Tony's chin couldn't save him. He got hit so many times consecutively that his brain didn't even have some time to register that damage. His body literally started shaking and quit on him. That wasn't a fluke, that was a technical depth catching up to him. Now, let's talk about his actual fight IQ. Because people thought his chaotic style was some kind of 4D chess. Tell me, how many times did we see Tony get slightly rocked or tired, and suddenly he's throwing an Imanari roll from absolutely nowhere? Casuals on Twitter would lose their minds. Oh my god, look at his unpredictable wizardry. Let's be real for a second. An Imanari roll in the middle. Alright, my bad y'all, I don't know why, but my mic got cut off. So as I was saying, let's be real for a second. An Imanari roll in the middle of a high-level UFC striking exchange isn't a master stroke. It's a panic button wrapped in a gymnastics move. It's what you do when you don't have the footwork to escape a bad angle, so you just throw your body at the floor and hope for the best. It was a low percentage gamble that accomplished nothing against elite guys. All it did was waste a massive amount of his own energy and leave him looking like a breakdancer who got lost on the way to the stage. When your signature move relies on your opponent being too confused to step out of the way, your system has a shelf life. Now, we look at the actual resume of the 12-fight win streak. When you peel back the hype, the timing was just perfect for him. He won the interim belt against Kevin Lee, but let's tell the whole truth. Kevin Lee was fighting a massive staph infection that completely drained his gas tank by the second round. Tony beat an aging Anthony Pettis and a Donald Cowboy Cerrone, who were both past their prime and willing to just stand there and engage in a bloody brawl. That played right into Tony's hands. Hey, and don't get me started on the Edson Barboza fight. Tony literally hit him with an illegal upkick from the bottom, rocked him to his core, changed the entire momentum of the fight, and then got a submission. He was literally beating guys who collapsed under chaotic pace because they lacked defensive composure. But the moment the division evolved, he had to face elite, prime, composed strikers who didn't panic. Like Gaethje or Charles Oliveira, entire metrics completely fell apart. We talk about the ultimate fantasy matchup that fans still cry about. Khabib versus Tony. People genuinely believe that Tony was the kryptonite for Khabib because of his rubber guard and his elbows from the bottom. Are you insane? Playing guard against Khabib Nurmagomedov is an analytical suicide. It's like jumping in a pool with a shark and saying, yeah, but my underwater boxing is elite. It doesn't matter. Tony gave up takedowns for fun. He was completely comfortable sitting on his back. Against a standard jiu-jitsu guy, that works. But Khabib doesn't just pass your guard. He locks your wrist in a Dagestani handcuff, flatten your hips completely against the canvas, and strips away all your leverage. You can't just throw elbows when your posture is broken and your shoulders are pinned to the floor. Khabib would have systematically mauled him, and it wouldn't have been competitive. Look, I'm not saying Tony Ferguson was a bad fighter. He was an absolute warrior. His heart was legendary and he was entertaining as hell. But let's stop confusing pure toughness and a granite chin with elite high IQ martial arts. He was a high-risk gambler who rode his chin until the wheels fell off. But hey, like I said at the start, now that we've broken down the actual physics, it all makes sense. If you still think El Cucuy was untouchable, just drop your logic in the comment, but back it up with actual fight mechanics, not just nostalgia. Hit that subscribe button if you want real talk, zero BS analysis, and the unfiltered truth about the fight game. I'm out.